Title is not a clickbait. About a month ago, I played in one of the Elite Chess titled arenas and got paired against Hans twice. So here are the games. Alrighty, so we played 2 games of bullet chess, which is 1 minute, in this case, 0 second increment. So somebody's gonna flag. I had white 1 game, he had white 1 game. Here's the first one. End up playing d4, and we just get in a normal King's Indian position. Just making our moves quickly in the opening. I'm just trying to protect my pawns on e4 and c4, which give me space. Black's trying to harass those pawns. Just getting the pieces out. g5 is a bit of a move I want to talk about, only because it weakens the f5 square, and I remember during the game I wanted to take advantage of that. But first, got to move that bishop. So fast forward a little bit, and I'm still just, he's attacking my pawns, I'm defending, we're playing quickly. His queen comes out. At some point, maybe some knight f3 ideas. We're just shuffling a little bit, and now knight a4. I wanted to go knight a4 so I can go knight b6, forking the bishop and the rook. If I get rid of this light squared bishop, then if I get that knight on f5, my dream knight would be on f5. There's no light squared bishop that could potentially attack it. So I like knight a4, just especially for an easy bullet move. Get rid of that bishop, stabilize my pawns. Nothing too exciting, just a bullet game where both players are playing quickly and not trying to play the most optimal moves, just easy to find moves and not blundering, right? Even material. White has this pawn to target, black has the a file. I'm just reacting a bit, and right here is kind of an interesting moment. I go queen d1, right? Hitting the d6 pawn, which is loose. Black could go rook d8, for example. Hans goes bishop e5. Now I go knight g4, and this is where bullet, he would never make this mistake in another time control. I'm not really hitting this. What I'm going for is the h6 pawn, and he just misses my idea. King g7 or bishop back to g7. You might be able to give up this pawn. I don't know. Hans plays h5. That's just a blunder, because I'm not trying to win this bishop. I'm trying to go knight h6 check, bring my knight to f5, which was always the square I wanted, and my queen hits h5. So I end up getting my knight to the square, winning a pawn, and now white's winning. Game's not over because it's bullet chess, but I get my dream position. So fast forward a bit, keep the queens on the board because, I want to checkmate black's king. Black's trying to prevent that, trade off some pieces, move my king out of the way. And now is where we're like at 10 seconds. It's just messy. I don't know if I can take that knight. I didn't even want to think about it. So I actually just took this pawn, trying to get my queen into black's position and come up with some mating threats. Hans doesn't take that rook, which he probably should. Instead, he goes for this idea, which is actually kind of clever. Under 10 seconds, look at knight h3. You're physically attracted to taking this, but then after g4, you have to figure out what to do. And I'm just happy. I have 2 choices here, and I'm pretty shaky. I make a lot of blunders. I could have gone knight h4. The idea is to block the queen from taking on h3. Problem is, there's queen takes h4. The pawn is pinned, and they're going to end up winning this anyways. I end up playing bishop h6 check, gaining a move, and blocking the h-file. It's well defended. So I get out of dodge there, and now, black is down a piece. So king goes to g8. I go queen d1 instead of taking this pawn. I'm actually kind of proud of that move, because what ends up happening is, like, let's say you take, I was just, I assumed I was going to have a checkmate, like by bringing my queen in, that there was some sort of forced checkmate here. There probably is, instinctually. But Hans doesn't take my bishop, tries to give his king some space in the corner, and just check out the finish here. Queen g4 check, king h8. I bring my rook to the 7th, so it's no longer hanging. Rook g8, queen h4. Nothing of mine is hanging. He goes queen g6. He's just got to make a move. We're at like a second each. And I end up playing king g2 here because we're pre-moving. He goes bishop g7, and bishop takes g7. Double check mate.